Hey guys, we're gonna play a game today called Name That Plant Family. Come and name along with me if you can. All right, so here's the plant family that I love because it has so many edible members. We've got some wild radish here. There's also fields of mustard behind that you actually can't see as well now, but it's all dried mustard. So this plant family has beautiful kind of like seed pods that are solid with one little stripe down the side. It almost kind of looks like a pea, but it's not a pea. It's got 4 petals usually, and then if you look really closely at the flowers, there are 6 stamen, 4 long and 2 short. That plant family is right in the comments below. Here's our second plant of the day. So we are looking here at fennel, hemlock, wild carrot. These are all some of my favorite plants in this famous plant family. This plant family has what we call double umbels. So if you look at the flowers, these are actually tiny little flowers. Let's see if I can close in there so you can see. Whoa, so tiny. And they have these double umbels, meaning there is 8 umbel, or like an umbrella-like base where there's one center stalk and a bunch of things coming out like an umbrella. So that's one umbel here. Sorry, focus isn't good here. And then the second umbel, I gotta close in for this one here. The second umbel is at the base right here. So double umbels, 1 and 2. So double umbels are known for this plant family. They have typically alternating leaves. There's typically, there's some hair on some of them, but a lot of them don't have hair. They have a lot of times these sheathing or wrapping around leaves around the stem, and they're often quite fragrant. Their leaves are typically highly dissected. So here we got some leaves right here. They look kind of lacy almost, but they sometimes look like parsley, carrot, dill. Those are actually all members of this family. So ask, what is it? This plant family has both edible members as well as some deadly poisonous members. What are we? All right, here's our plant family mystery number 3. Lily's here diving in because she loves diving into plants. All right, so this plant family is known to have very interesting flower arrangements. And so if we zoom in a little bit with Lily in the background, we'll see we've got a little bug in the middle of this flower. So these flowers are typically known as a head arrangement, and these are composite flowers of many little flowers, which I can't zoom in well enough to show you right at the moment. But basically each little petal along this flower is actually its own little, I can't even stay in zoom here, its own little flower. So these heads, and here's another angle with Lily in the background. There you go. So that's a bunch of flowers coming out of the top, and these flowers are almost like in a little disc flat shape coming off of the base there. I can kind of point to it. All right, there you go, the disc. It also typically has alternate leaves. Sometimes it's quite aromatic. And then you guys will know this plant family most for, a lot of times it has like a papery, pappus, a shaft and a bunch of tuffy hairs coming out, like a dandelion little flower arrangement. So this is what happens after the flowers pollinate, they become seeds, and then they create these airy little tufts that can get caught in the wind and wind dispersed. So these are typically edible or